Hey guys, it's Fallon, your friendly neighborhood librarian, and I am here today with a video after a teeny tiny break from videos. I had to get the creativity juices flowing again, and I've got some things in the pipeline that I'm working on that I really want to do a very thorough job of getting prepared. So for now, there's going to be a lot of book reviews, what's popular, what's going on in the book world kind of videos until I can get these other videos kind of researched really fully and done. And I want to learn how to make Movie Maker work for me. So, first off, though, before we even start anything today, I want to give a shout out to my friend Jessica. I went to high school with her, and she has edited and published her very first I don't know if it's called issue or if it's just a volume, but I'm super proud of her. It is Frostfire World. It is the May 2019 edition, and I'm just super proud of her. When we were in high school together, I remember that she was always writing and stuff, and this is so super cool. So I just want to give a shout out to her. She doesn't watch my videos. I've never even shown her my videos, but I think it's really it's awesome to buy something that your friend worked really hard on. So I'm super proud, and I'm just giving a little shout out to her. Maybe one day I'll become a famous booktuber and she'll be like, oh my god, Fallon shouted me out, and she'll be a famous editor at that point. So that would be super cool and probably super unrealistic, but that's okay too. So today I am going to do the Booktube Newbie Book Tag. I feel like this is going to be my first foray into book tags, and I'm kind of excited to start them because they're fun videos for me to watch. So I have a list of questions on my phone, so if I look down, that's what I'm doing and not something weird. So the very first question is, why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I decided to take a leap and do something to give me some creative fulfillment. I have always liked watching BookTube and YouTube in general. I may one day do a list of the booktubers that I love to watch, but it is so much it is so much work. And I'm only doing this part time just as a fun thing for me. If I don't get any more subscribers than I already have, that's fine too. But it's just fun to learn new skills. I think everybody should try to broaden their horizons. The next question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Fun and unique. I think unique is definitely my perspective coming from the library world and having been through library school. From what I see of booktubers, a lot of them use their library, which, yay, guys, use your library. It's awesome. I currently have 18 books checked out. I checked out a whole bunch today, guys. It was ridiculous. But I think being a librarian brings a different aspect to the booktube community, and also I don't think a lot of people realize how much librarians influence a lot of the book buying world. There are cons, BEA and oh, I am just completely blanking. Y'all Fest, and then there's BookNet too, which I know. Oh my gosh, I'm completely blanking on her name. I will put it down below. So I know that there are different things for different aspects of the book world. There's also librarian conferences, and a lot of the things that come out of librarian conferences. For instance, there's the Newbery and Caldecott Awards. You guys probably know those. Those are all librarians choosing those books. And we see a lot of famous people. There's a lot of, I know from my time in selection committees, there's a lot of publisher feedback that we get to give to them. So for instance, I was on the committee, and the publishers are actually allowed to send their representatives to any of the selection committees. I don't believe that there are any closed ones. I know for sure a lot of the basic YA ones, they are allowed to sit in and just listen to our conversation about books. You guys, the power you feel when you are talking about a book and how great a book is and how terrible certain things are about the book, like the cover or the way it ended or the fact that the grammatical errors in it just drove you insane, and a publisher for that book is listening to you, girl, the power. Oh, it is the best thing in the world. I have not been able to rival that feeling with anything. So there's a lot of power in being a librarian, and I think that is a fun and unique take I can bring to you guys. And I have some inside scoop on how like certain YA books are chosen for certain things. Now, I haven't been on a selection committee in a long time, but it's only been a few years. I'm not old as dirt yet. So the next question is, why do you love reading? Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's the next question is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Just getting to dive into the world of Booktube and hopefully starting some conversations and getting to talk to people and maybe making some small changes. Any changes, just getting people to go use their local library or getting people to change how their library runs if they don't like how it runs, like it's just a poor library that's not run well and doesn't have a good collection and the books are gathering dust and all they have are like DVDs and such. I think reaching the public is what I'm most excited for. And I think that that is one of the main reasons that I started this channel, is because I wanted a creative outlet to where I can talk to people and help people in different aspects. I would love, and I haven't figured it out yet, to somehow do reader's advisory with this channel, which is basically like you guys are desperate for a book and you need something that's similar to it, and I help you guys find it, because that is like the best part to me about being a librarian, is helping people find information or find books that they're looking for. The next question is why do you love reading? This is a silly question to ask a librarian, I think. Why do I love reading? I think it's that I can escape. And that's a rote answer, and I'm fully aware of that, but it is a great escape that TV and movies, they can provide some aspect of it, but reading, man, you can paint that picture however you want. If I want Idris Elba as James Bond in my mind, I can go read an Ian Fleming and picture Idris Elba as James Bond. That might not actually ever happen in the real world. So I think reading is a great escape for everybody from any part. If you don't like your life in the current moment, you can pick up a great book. It's not going to cost you anything if you have a library. You can pick up a great book and escape from it, even for just a few hours, a few days, whatever it takes for you to read that book. So that's why I love reading. The next question is, what book or series got you into reading? Oh, I'm sure there were some sort of baby board books, but let me think. My favorite book when I was a kid, my favorite book was Matilda, because I believed that I had the power of Matilda. And I read the book before the movie. The movie is amazing. I would kill to see the musical at some point, but I live in the middle of America, so that's not gonna happen until it goes into tour. But yeah, Matilda by Roald Dahl. That was definitely my very first favorite book. The book that is my all-time favorite that ultimately changed my life was The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. That book changed my life. It made me who I am, and I used to do regular rereads of it once a year, because every time I reread it, it changed. The meaning changed to it. It was crazy. But yeah, so I would say Matilda and The Handmaid's Tale, two very feminist books, changed my life. I know a lot of people would say like Harry Potter, which I love Harry Potter. I'm going to LeakyCon in August. Please come say hi to me if you see me and you actually watch this channel, even though I only have 5 subscribers. But, like, say hi to me if you see me. The next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Honestly, probably, what are you reading right now that you are absolutely in love with? Or I guess probably actually, no, let me change that. It would be, what would be your 5-star read for the year? And then maybe also, your house is burning, you can only save one book. What book is the book that you are going to save? I don't even know the answer for myself for those questions. Probably The Handmaid's Tale. For that one. But my most recent favorite 5-star read, I gotta give it up to Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That book is pure perfection. Taylor Jenkins Reid gets all the accolades for me. Yeah. So the next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Regular videos. This last break that I had has proven that to me, because wow, does your creativity juice just go out the window after a certain point. I'm not going to promise any like regular set schedule of uploading. I am going to try to regularly upload, and um, there will be times where I'll have to take mental health breaks. But part of what I want to do is when I'm feeling very creative and feeling the juices running through me is film several videos and then slowly release them. Pull a Shane Dawson, you know. I think I'm pretty confident most YouTubers do that actually, but you know, it is what it is. So if you see me in several consecutive videos, like you probably have the past few, and I'm wearing the same shirt, that is why. I do work a full-time job, unfortunately, and haven't, made any money on YouTube, and I'm not looking to make any money on YouTube. It would be a perk, but, free books are also appreciated. So, the second to last question is, no, I'm sorry. The third to last question is, when did you start reading? I was 3, by all accounts from my family. I started reading at a very young age. I was Matilda and read through the children's section very quickly. Humble brag, but I was reading at a high school level in 5th grade and made it quite difficult to find a lot of good materials. So I started reading classics very early on. 1984 and Animal Farm were 2 that I read very, very fast. And that started me on a classics binge, and I actually can answer questions now like, what's your favorite Charles Dickens? What's your favorite George Orwell? But weirdly enough, even though I took AP English class, I've read the Odyssey like 5 times, but I've never read like The Scarlet Letter. I was never forced to read Pride and Prejudice. I finally read it as an adult. Hate that book. I can do a video on that if people want, but I really hate Jane Austen. I have slowly like let it die down to just like a burning ember of hate, but yeah, Jane Austen, please never give me a Jane Austen book. I know that is like a booktube no-no that most people love her, but she's not my cup of tea, guys. So second to last question is, where do you read? I read anywhere and everywhere, but mostly this exact spot that I'm in right now is where I read. I do like to read before bed if I can. If once I get into a set schedule, I like to read about an hour of reading at night before bed. And if you haven't already figured out, I devour books. So I can usually have 3 or 4 books going at a time. So a lot of the time I'm rotating between them. The final question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read a variety of things. Like, I'm super excited to read my friend's published book. Currently, I'm reading everything from Batman, Nightwalker, to Always and Forever Lara Jean, which I was sleeping on this series, guys. I don't know what the heck I was thinking on that. And then I also have Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. I just finished an arc that I will probably do a review later whenever the book is closer to publication. But if you go to my Goodreads, you can follow along and see where I'm at on that. I read a lot of YA. I'm slowly aging out of that, I think. The tropes get a little too much for me. And I, for the first time am in a relationship, and I'm actually engaged. I don't have my ring on right now, but in future videos you'll see that. I just got engaged this month, and I never used to like contemporary or romance books, but now I do, and I think maybe it takes being in a relationship to fully like love those kind of books. So I'm super excited about all of that. But yeah, I read pretty much anything and everything. I don't like purple prose. For those unfamiliar, that's very literary language and flowery language. I'm not here for that. I can't devour it as fast. I think is probably why. And also it takes so long to get to the point, and I think that's why I don't like Jane Austen, because there's a lot of that. And I think pretty much I don't read westerns. I like to watch some, but I don't really, yeah, that's not my thing. But other than that, I think I've read across the gamut. I have a favorite book in almost every genre, which is weird when I think about it, but not so much because I'm the same way with music. There's very few music genres that I don't listen to. So that is the Booktube Newbie Tag. A pretty simple video. You guys probably were expecting, not pretty simple video. You guys probably aren't like totally surprised by my answers, but that's the video. I'm back, guys. I took a little break. I like to do that, and I will check you all out later. And I hope that you have an excellent 4th of July, which hopefully I will get this video up either tonight or tomorrow. Bye.